Am I too mean to suggest that I have found another silver lining? Former Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull has written a memoir, I think we've talked about it before on the show, which, judged by its excerpts, is bitter, it's nasty, it betrays confidences of former colleagues like Finance Minister Matthias Cormann republishing his emails. But now Turnbull's had to cancel his book promotion tour because of the coronavirus, and his book, I don't know if this is related, maybe you can tell me, has had its price cut by more than 30% by some booksellers 4 weeks out from its scheduled release date. Rowan, sad news or glad? Schadenfreude.
One shouldn't laugh. We're better than that. You know, good old Malcolm, he sat down and penned a tome. But this is hilarious because, of course, this bloke was completely useless as a prime minister. A nasty piece of work in terms of his colleagues, in terms of you know, the stabbing Tony Abbott in the back, everything that went with the 2 years that he was prime minister. And as you say, the few excerpts that we've seen from it are pretty nasty, unpleasant stuff. I think the public has had a huge escape. It's one little thing that we can actually breathe a sigh of relief about coronavirus, that thank God we're not going to get inundated, particularly on the ABC, of course, but we're not going to get inundated with Turnbull's great insights into how he was betrayed and what a brilliant prime minister he should have been and would have been were it not for his evil right-wing colleagues and those who sit on Sky News after dark and other such hellholes in Malcolm Turnbull's mind. But this book can be serve all sorts of functions during the, if you've been hoarding various household goods, don't worry, you don't need to any longer. Just grab a copy of Malcolm's book and away you go. It'll suffice for whatever purposes you may have for it in the dark days ahead.
Rowan, as you were talking, I was thinking, when you mentioned his record as a Prime Minister, in some ways his book is symbolic of some of his worst decisions. Particularly, I'm thinking of the submarines deal, where you know it's bloated, it's overpriced, it's full of faults, and it's going to be delivered at exactly the wrong time.
and it's going to sink without a trace, Andrew. Sink to the bottom without a trace.
Well, I hope that bit's not true, but oh my God, maybe. Rowan, now here is news. I'm not quite sure what spin to put on this or what it means, and I'm certainly not happy that she's been sick, of course, but global warming messiah Greta Thunberg says that she and her father were sick with what she says she's sure was the coronavirus, although she hasn't actually tested herself and the symptoms were quite mild. She isolated herself, good, and we wish her a full recovery. Rowan, what do you make of this?
Well, I think she might be sharing a little bit of the virus that has got Malcolm Turnbull as well, which is the old relevance deprivation virus, which does go around. Kevin Rudd had it for a long time there, and seems like Greta's now got it because, of course, she was the great prophet of doom, and prophets of doom have to, you know, you can't have a different doomsday. You've got to have your doomsday if you're a prophet of doom. It's a bit like the medieval times when different doomsday prophets were all running around saying, no, very Python-esque, you know, we're going to die because of this. No, we're all going to die because of that. She's met her match, I think, in coronavirus. At least there is a genuine sense of urgency amongst the public. But I do have very good news for Greta. You see, she didn't go and actually get tested. She presumes she had coronavirus or suspects she had coronavirus. And this is a great metaphor, Andrew, for the entire Thunberg story. You know, you just presume something's going to happen. The world, you presume it's going to end. You don't actually go and look at the facts or check the relevant data that says it's not going to end. You just presume it is, and away you go, and your word is taken as gospel, as it were. But the great news for Greta is I can absolutely guarantee that what she had was the common cold. And the reason I know this, Andrew, is because in the last couple of weeks, as I will be detailing on Ice Age Watch on Outsiders on Sunday morning, Sweden has had an incredibly cold winter, one of the coldest, more snow falling than they've had in years. So poor old Greta has actually got caught up in what is called winter. It's a common occurrence. It does occur particularly in the Northern Hemisphere. And because it's cold, you get the sniffles and you get a cold. And it's been particularly cold this year, despite the fact that the planet is heating up at an extraordinary rate and we're all going to die in 5 years, or was it 12 years? I never get that bit right.
Well, it depends where, you know, look, next year, it might be 12 years now, but in 12 years' time, it'll be 12 years from then, and from then it'll be 12 years after that. So you just pick your moving target. Rowan Dean,
Exactly.
Urge people to watch more. Your Ice Age watch is just brilliant. For another episode, tune in to Rowan on Sunday, 9 o'clock, although it's actually after the 10 o'clock segment that he comes on with that one. But watch the whole 2 hours. Rowan, talk to you later.
Thanks, Andrew. See you, mate.
After the break, what does it say that obeying these new rules to stay